DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. The Masters begins Thursday morning. PK, you done your homework? You ready to make your picks?
No, I shoot from the hip.
That's what you say. But you got an idea. Because then I say somebody, and you're like, oh, I was going to take that guy.
All right. Why don't I just think of it? I got some guys in mind, but they're the usual guys. I got maybe one or two guys that are different.
Well, the thing about Augusta is the last 6-7 years, I think it's been all top, well, with one exception, all top 10 golfers in the world. So, and even then, I think it was 14. So this has not been a tournament where people have come from up the track, as you like to say.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on these guys to perform, and they put it on themselves too. I mean, you see it. You see what it means. A guy like Rory McIlroy, when that thing happened last year, and it's an emotional and it's draining, and it takes a lot of mental effort. I remember the thing that will stick with me with that Nick Faldo interview, and we can talk to Bob here a second. He said you got to be an 8 out of 10 in so many aspects, but in the mental aspect, you got to be a 10 out of 10.
All right, let's bring in Bob Casper. But first, Bob's a big deal, so he gets an open.
This 2026 Masters Update live from Augusta is brought to you by Copper Rock, where the pros play on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Bob, good morning. How glorious is it at Augusta National right now?
It's pretty nice right now. It's a little chilly compared to the last couple of days and the days going forward for tournament days. But it's going to be right around 68 to 70 degrees today, and then it's just going to get warmer on the weekends. It's going to be in the low 80s.
Yeah, they're saying no rain at all this week, right?
None. Yep, the forecast is glorious.
So how fast are the greens when the forecast is glorious?
They are fast, and they get faster. I don't know. They're probably going to be 12, 13s. And if you're going downhill, they're probably going to be about 16 to 18.
Well, my golf game's always going downhill, Bob, so I know exactly what you're talking about there. I got a question that I've been waiting for 3 months to ask you. Your father had left me hanging. So in January, I went down to the Palm Springs tournament, right? And, I go one day, and they had a concert there out on the driving range on the other end. And so we had a great, great time. And I usually play a couple days of golf. There's a golf course called Canyon Country. It was a private club for like the Rat Pack back in the day. And so I went, and they have a north and a south course. And right on the north course was the Hammer. Fred Williamson lived there, and I actually talked to him still lives there. He's 86 years old. I talked to him while I was playing. But they had this thing called the Sinatra Swing Fest, and I took a picture of it, and they had the leaderboard, and your father was only 2 off, but they had the leaders for 3 days. He shot a 67, 70, 73, and then I never found out what happened. Do you know what happened in that year? At the Sinatra Swing Fest?
I'm hanging again because I have no clue.
I figured you didn't. But they have Sinatra pictures all over the place. And apparently he hosted this Sinatra Swing Fest. I don't know that it was a real tour. But they had some big names on there. Guy Berger, Frank Beard. Your father was there. A guy named Mason Rudolph, not the quarterback who plays for Pittsburgh.
I know Mason Rudolph.
Oh, you know him personally? Yeah. So, did your father ever talk about playing there with Sinatra or at his tournament?
Well, he played with a lot of those guys. I can remember being there in Palm Springs and him playing with presidents.
Gerald Ford.
I remember him playing with Jackie Gleason and Sammy Davis, and there were a lot of guys that he played with in that event because Bob Hope held the event, and all the guys from Hollywood and everything wanted to come over and play. And then Bing Crosby held the event up at the Crosby Clam Bake, and a lot of the guys wanted to go up there and play too. So there was a lot more celebrities playing in that event than they're used to. back in the day, but now it's a lot of corporate people and that kind of thing that play in that event.
Cool memories.
Yep.
Yeah, which celebrities should I know growing up in San Diego, as you know, Andy Williams was there. There were celebrities all over the tour. Which celebrities would be a good fit now, Bob? We got to bring that back. Let's make that happen. Who
Kid
you got?
Rock.
The Rock.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Rock is involved with golf at all.
No,
So,
not The Rock. Kid Rock. Kid Rock plays golf. I want Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
I want to mix it up a little bit.
That would be an interesting sponsor. But Sammy Davis and Glenn Campbell and Frank Sinatra, Andy Williams, not Sinatra, but Crosby and Bob Hope and Andy Williams. Those guys were all had lent their names to events on the PGA Tour, which was really cool.
So with that in mind, the characteristics of winning golf, what needs to happen if you look at, okay, you got to check off this, and this, and then how does that match up, this, and this, whatever that might be, those characteristics with the particular players in the field?
Well, here at Augusta or just in general?
For the Masters.
Okay, so a U.S. Open is a crazy test of golf in that they want you to hit every club in your bag. Well, here at Augusta, the clubs that are primary are probably second shots into greens or approach shots into greens, and how good your short game is, putting and chipping. Putting is paramount here. And the driving areas at this golf course are quite ample. So if you have length, you're going to be able to get it down there a ways, but it depends on how you get the ball on the green, where you place that ball on the green with your second shot, and then again, you're chipping and putting. Because if you miss a green or it bounces over a green or something like that, then you've got to be able to get it up and down. And hopefully you keep it in a place where you're able to do that. So I would say approach shots, chipping and putting, short game.
So I was listening to some pros roundtable kind of thing. It was driven by some sponsor, so I don't know what it was exactly. And I only saw clips of it on social media. But they were talking that, yes, the landing areas are ample, and you're not really in trouble with a slightly errant drive the way you would be somewhere else where you think, hey, I'm in the rough, right, or it's super narrow and all these trees, and you're going to hear that thwack that the network cameras are going to pick up.
Yep.
But what they did say was that if you're at the wrong position, it looks like it's okay. You can find your ball and everything's fine, but it messes up your angle into the green. And there's greens that are protected by low-hanging trees and all that. So even though if you just casually glance at someone, it looks like, oh, he's okay. Your second shot, you're having to thread the needle in a way that you don't if you're a little more careful with where you put that first shot.
Growing up, my dad, he watched Ben Hogan one time play at San Diego Country Club, and Hogan was coming in for this little exhibition at the club, and he would hit drives on each of the holes, try to get the ball in the right center of the fairway, the center of the fairway, and the left center of the fairway, or left side of the fairway. And he would see how approach shots into the greens were accepted from these different positions. That's part of learning the golf course and part of getting yourself around a golf course to be able to score as best as you can. The same thing is critically true here at Augusta. When they put the pins in certain positions, first of all, you can't get to them if you're in the wrong position off the tee. Mm-hmm. Second of all, if you are in the right position in the middle of the fairway, a lot of guys aren't aiming directly at the flag. They're aiming away from the flag because of the undulation in the greens that allows that ball to work into the position where you need it to be. And anytime you're underneath the hole here, putting a little uphill, you can definitely be more aggressive and able to hit the putt a little bit firmer so that you can control the ball a little bit more on the greens. And then if you're putting downhill all day long, it's just you're leaving it up to chance. And the texture of the green and the surfaces of the green to allow the ball to get close to going in the hole. So keeping the ball underneath the hole and also getting in the right position off the tee gets you a better line to the flags, the particular flags. Now, case in point, number 2. Okay, it's par 5, dogleg left, downhill. If the pin's over on the left-hand side and you don't feel you can get it back into that left corner with your second shot, then all the guys will play down the right-hand side, just short of the bunker up by the green, to be able to pitch it up the green and be able to control a little bit more. Now, if it gets way over to the left and you can't get it there, or way over to the right, in the right corner of the green, then guys will get it over to the left more. And then there's a big swale that you can run the ball and get it down close to the hole. So it's critical to be able to get it in the right position so you have the best opportunity to either get it up and down or score birdies or eagles or whatever.
All right, Bob, it is time for the Masters draft. We traditionally give you the first pick. What will you do
so
with the first? Oh, first off, are there any crazy rules we need to know about? Is anybody inventing anything right now?
Exactly right.
You can only pick one guy once. So if you take Scheffler, you can't use him for the other 3.
For the other 3 majors.
So you only pick one guy once totally, or only one guy once for the first pick?
No, totally.
Totally?
Yeah, totally.
So
Totally.
Okay, so if I pick Xander Schauffele, I can only have him for this one.
No, because you get Schauffele as the territorial assignment.
Oh, that's right.
Because of your San Diego connection. And BT told us you were going to take him, but you already got him. And we got to give DJ, he's got to get 4 picks because Tony isn't in the field.
Okay.
So you're free to
pick. All right. I'm going to take Cameron Young.
Bob, I swear to you, that was going to be my pick. I was listening to the Golf Channel this morning driving in, and they were pumping him up, and I'm thinking, that's my guy.
Cameron Young, just coming off the win at the Players.
That's funny.
But this golf course sets up for him because he's a long hitter, hits a high ball, and I think Cameron Young will have a great event this time.
That's exactly what they were talking about on the Golf Channel on the Sirius radio this morning.
Oh, that's funny. That's good.
I'll take Ludwig Oberg. He has had 2 good tournaments. He's finished 2nd. He's finished 7th. He's got a little more knowledge of the course now. He's been through it before. This is it. I'm gonna ride him like PK was on DJ forever and ever.
Okay.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going to keep picking Ludwig. Well, now I can only pick him once, but he doesn't do as well in the other majors. This is the one that he really seems to shine in.
Yep. He seems to shine in this one, huh? Okay. Oh man, I had Cameron Young in my heart, and now it's just been ripped. I was young at heart, and now it just got ripped from me.
I plucked him out of your heart.
You did. Okay. I'll go with Fitzpatrick then.
Natty Fitz, huh?
I got him once, maybe he can come back.
Okay. All righty. You know what? This guy's finished 5th and 6th the last 2 times he's played here, so I'm saying Bryson.
Yeah.
Oh, doggone it, Bob!
But now he can't use him for the other 3. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint.
I know. But that was still my pick. All right. I am going to go. I don't know. I should do him. I got to save him for another tournament. So we're never going to get a shot at Schauffele. He's going to have him all year long.
He's had him for the last several years.
Yeah. Do you have John Rahm?
I got Rahm, and you had Tony, but now Tony's not in the field this one, so you get an opportunity to get a 4th pick.
Okay. Let's go. It feels like a reach this early. This is a bad idea. I shouldn't do that. I gotta.
Come on. I'm getting old here.
All right, I'll go Tommy Fleetwood. Fine.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Fleetwood.
I thought I could get him in the next round though, but I'm getting rushed here, so we'll go with Tommy Fleetwood.
I'll go with Matsuyama.
Okay.
That was the other guy I was thinking of. Yeah. Okay. Good call.
Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna go with a first timer.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say Chris Gotterup.
All right, that's good. He's hot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the first timer too. I'll let you know.
Okay, let's go with Siwoo Kim. Fine.
Siwoo Kim.
Is that Siwoo Kim fine or what? Who is it?
Funny man.
I'll take another first timer, Corey Connors.
Corey Connors. I like that.
And then
Okay, so
Bob, who'd you take in your third round, Bob?
he took Gotterup.
I took Chris
Oh,
Gotterup.
Gotterup. Yes, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get another
Now
pick since Fino's not in the field.
Now I get one more stab here. I get one more.
Well, why don't you go
roll of the
Koepka
dice.
since you're buff now that you lost the weight and Koepka's buff?
I was going to save him for another tournament because I don't think he does well.
Yeah, but you don't have to. He's your territorial pick. You're two buff guys.
Oh, he's my territorial pick.
Yeah.
All right, Brooks Koepka is my territorial pick. We'll do that. All right.
And PK, you have
There it
Ron
is.
for territorial pick?
Yeah, I got Rom because he went to ASU.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, there's our picks. We'll send them to you guys, and we'll see how this works out.
Okay. I like it.
Bob, thanks for joining us. We will talk to you again later this week.
Okay, buddy.
All right, thank you, Bob. All right, hey, it's time to qualify a golfer right now. Let's do it. Let's find out who will it be. Copper Rock Masters giveaway. Caller 12 right now, 801-575-ZONE. And you'll be assigned a player in the field at the Masters this week, top 25 and the field. If your golfer wins the Masters, you'll win 18 holes for 2 at Copper Rock Golf Course in Hurricane and a $100 gas gift card. It's brought to you by Copper Rock, where the pros play. Call right now, 801-575-ZONE, 801-575-9663. Coming up, Tim Lacombe, jazz analyst for SEG Media. The news about Rob Wright into the transfer portal. We'll get Tim's thoughts on that. Stay with us.